paying attention to the weights and everything and who's doing well and who's not doing well. And if you look through the standings, guys, it is unbelievable. The top 20 in the Bassmaster Angler of the Year last year was dominated by spotlighters, young spotlighters. And like I said, this is not a slight on young anglers. Again, I'm gonna get into that. But anyway, the top 20 last year was arguably dominated by anglers out there that relied almost exclusively on forward-facing sonar in the 2024 season. And if you look through the standings after day 2, they had the cut yesterday. Basically, most all of those top 20 spotlighters are they're at the bottom of the pack in this tournament. A lot of them are in the 90s and 100s. These guys did unbelievably well last year using forward-facing sonar are put in a situation here in Florida where that is not working. Now, this is an anomaly. This is, everybody says, well, Randy, this destroys your narrative that forward-facing sonar dominates everything. Yeah, there's guys still using forward-facing sonar in that tournament, but this is one of the tiny exceptions to the rule, in the fact that they're in Florida. Number one, the bass are spawning in Florida, so most of the bass are up on beds right now. And the other thing is that Florida is notoriously shallow water fishing. You got shallow water grass cover. Most of the bass live in less than 3 or 4 foot of water, so it's not as conducive to spotlighting as it is on a man-made lake. Even though they still do it, they still use spotlight to catch fish on beds. So the point of the matter is these spotlighters that dominated last year are finally thrust into a tournament where that technology is not as effective as it normally is on a man-made lake, and they can't catch them, guys. They simply cannot catch bass without the use of that umbilical cord. And this is a prime example. When you hear me talking about spotlighters being connected to their umbilical cord to their success, this is what I'm talking about. Their umbilical cord has been removed from this tournament, and you see them down at 80, 90, 100th place in the tournament. These guys would normally be in the top 10, top 15 in every tournament on a man-made spotlighting lake. So this is a prime example of what I'm talking about anglers. Their skills are atrophying by the use of technology, and they're put in a situation like this where they actually have to fish to find fish, and they actually have to do some real bass fishing skills, and they don't know how to do it because they haven't spent any time with it. Now, let me get back a little bit here talking about the young anglers. This is not an insult or a slight against the young anglers. They have been forced and they have been put in this position by Bassmaster and MLF to have to use this technology to compete. So I put all the blame on Bassmaster